too. So we'll get right to it. I've tied in 2 ginger goose biots here for the antennae, and they're splayed out just like that to represent the antennae. Then I whip finished. The next will be to slide my bead forward there, right in front of the, right behind the biots. And then what I've done next is I've taken about 12 turns of 0.025 lead. Then what I'm going to do then is just jam that up right behind the bead. And then with my debarbing pliers, I'm just going to pinch that lead there, give it a flat look. Okay. And the thread that I'm using is UTC 140 in rusty brown. I'll start the thread right behind the lead there. Next step will be to tie in the tail. So for that, I'll use 2 ginger goose biots as well and tie them in on the side. Next step, we're going to tie in some of Rainy's stretch flex in golden stone color. And what I like to do is just pinch it in half. Make a little pinch there. Pinch wrap. So I've pinched the stretch flex in half. You can see that little pinch there, and then I've tied that in. I'll bring it over to the side, and then I'll begin cleaning up here with a few spiral wraps. And then I'll come back and clean up as well. Then what I'm going to do is, between the thread and the lead, I'll just create a little thread dam just so it's uniform and even. Just create a little bit of a taper right there. And I'll come back over the lead, a little thread base there. And then I'll come back a few wraps before the tail. I'll tie in some Flashabou Mirage in copper. Tie that in on the near side. Pull that tight. And then come back to right in front of the stretch flex. Okay. And I'll begin my thread forward, advance my thread forward here to right before the, right on the lead there. And next step will be to wrap this Flashabou right through there. You'll see when I wrap the overbody that this Flashabou shines right through. Kind of gives it an attractive characteristic that the fish really seem to like. So after I'm done wrapping that Flashabou, I'll trim. Next step will be to take a little Sharpie. It's an ultra fine point Sharpie, and then with this stretch flex, now that it's pinched in half, I'll jam it right down there. And I've got a little bit of tension on this. What I do with it is just make a little line down through the stretch flex. I'll give it a second to dry. While that's drying, I'll cover this lead, and I'll keep it pinched. Okay? You want to keep this pinched. You want to have some good tension on there. Don't be afraid to keep good tension on this stretch flex here. It's meant to do that. So we'll create that leading edge there, and then as you can see with that marker I've created a little black line. It almost looks just as it does on the natural. Create some segmentation there. And then with the tension that I'm creating here, what I'm doing is with every wrap I'm releasing tension, just so it creates a more uniform and tapered body. Almost there. Okay. The next step will be we'll go ahead and tie this off here. Now I've wrapped to just above the lead. And then with the stretch flex, it just saves me a step there so I don't have to cut it off and tie. I'll tie it unfolded there. And that will serve as my wing case as well. Next step will be to dub here. We're going to start with the thorax. What I've got for the thorax here is eye stub. There's 3 different parts. So 3 equal parts of yellow eye stub, orange eye stub, and golden brown eye stub. What I'll do then is create a little noodle and work in front of the dubbing there. And then what I'm going to do next is just tie in a Brahma, dyed brown Brahma hen feather from Whiting. And I'll just tie that in upside down right in front of the dubbing ball. And I'll tie that in. Make sure that's sitting right in front of the dubbing ball there. Good. Next will be to trim my tag there, and then we'll start to dub again. Pull these legs back, dub right in front of that. What I can do then next is pull some thread down, and then I'll pull some legs out. Just a few legs, you can see right there. Got a few legs sticking out there. Next will be to pull back and dub again. Pull this over. And where I ended up with the dubbing, I'll just pull that wing case over. Tie back, make sure these legs are sticking out. Pull back again. Then I'll pull more legs back. On the side. Make sure that's nice and uniform. Trim off the tag. Come up through. This helps to flare these legs out, so that's why I'm doing it. And then I'll come back through there. And then I'll just continue dubbing here to right up behind the bead. Pull this back over, I'll pull back again, and finally dub one last time here. Stick that up through there, behind the bead, and then tie off. Next step will be to dub one last time. Five turn whip finish, and there you have it. That's the Rosetta stoned golden stonefly nymph. Thanks for watching.